You know, it really says a lot when the same left that screams, representation, and hear the voices of the marginalized, are the same people that will demand silence of the same marginalized voice they pretend to care about. Enter Dave Chappelle, iconic black comedian with decades of material under his belt, and second time in recent years he has fallen into controversy. For those who don't know, the first time was a few years ago when he had a special and commented on gay people, but that time has passed, so I'm going to work on this one. He pissed off the alphabet soup group yet again.
This is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth, had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth.
But Asriel, that's not correct. Not all children are born from their mother's womb. Some children are C-sectioned. That may be, but that's not the kind of fact-checking these people are upset about. No, it's the fact that he doesn't stand with trans.
And they've canceled people that are more powerful than me. They canceled J.K. Rowling. My God, J.K. Rowling wrote all the Harry Potter books by herself. She sold so many books, the Bible worries about her. And they canceled her because she said in an interview, and this is not exactly what she said, but effectually, she said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad as shit. They started calling her a TERF. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. But I know that trans people make up words to win arguments. So I looked it up. TERF is an acronym. Stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. This is a real thing. This is a group of women that hate transgender. They don't hate transgender women, but they look at trans women the way we blacks might look at blackface. It offends them. Like, ooh, this bitch is doing an impression of me. Now, I shouldn't speak on this because I am not a woman, nor am I trans. But as we've established, I am a feminist. I'm Team TERF. I agree. I agree, man. Gender is a fact. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective. Look at it like this. Caitlyn Jenner, whom I've met, wonderful person. Caitlyn Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Her first year as a woman. Ain't that something? Beat every bitch in Detroit, she's better than all of you. Gender is a fact. This is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth, had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth. That is a fact.
Whether you're left or right, I think we can all agree that there are certain groups of people in this world who will always want to think of themselves as marginalized while not realizing how accepted and even normalized they have become in recent years. Oh, and don't worry, I can already hear them screaming now, claiming I'm wrong and I'm an idiot. When you have all kinds of international organizations constantly flying their icons and avatars and logos with the rainbow flag over it, or having pride flags in international embassies and capitol buildings all across the Western civilized world, you can't keep claiming you're still marginalized. I mean, unless you want to admit that the LGBT group is nothing but a token organization meant to be used by the left to continue pretending to care about people. I mean, you're not gonna do that, are you? But that's a different video for another day. For now, there are all kinds of people that claim that this is offensive while saying nothing about anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-male, anti-straight commentary, including the claim that whiteness is literally a disease. Whether Dave Chappelle, who has been known for making fun of all kinds of people, white, black, Hispanic, other, is actually serious about his beliefs or not, the fact that there are people wanting to censor him for this, it's not surprising. He's had a long history of basically being like any normal comedian and making fun of all kinds of people. And this kind of claim that people care about trans rights, yeah, that's a lie. As the founder of absurdism himself, Albert Camus once said, "The welfare of the poor will always be the alibi of tyrants." or in this case, the well-being of victim groups, will always be the imaginary virtue of the left. This is how free speech is slowly eroded. Make an excuse on the behalf of so-called victims and let the bleeding hearts all cry over their claims.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the
marginalized groups?
And it'll be nothing more than an excuse to grab power. For me, Dave Chappelle is funny, and he'll always be funny, as long as he's willing to make fun of everybody, me included. So I stand with Dave Chappelle, and I share that tweet online. Anybody else? This has been Asriel the Djinn saying, keep telling your jokes, funny man. And until next time, God bless, good journey, Christ loves you, and take care. Alright, so I'm recording this after the fact that I already made my original video, wrote the script and everything, so this isn't scripted, this is just me talking. But at the time of making this video, I found out that there was an event where apparently 3 employees at Netflix burst into a room with an executive meeting going on, and apparently all 3 of them have gone on suspension because they wanted to voice their displeasure with the fact that Dave Chappelle and everything else that happened. One of them is trans. I don't know the full details. I encourage you to look deeper into this. But basically, I just wanted to say that because you never know what this is going to lead to. It just is one of those moments that it says whether or not Netflix is going to have the actual backbone to fire an employee, 3 of them that decide to, overstate their position, or if they'll decide to kowtow to modern politics and let the people go because they're victims. Anyway, I just wanted to make that commentary. So, you all have a nice one. God bless.